Hi guys, welcome back to LPB Racing for the Random Grid Replica Championship on Project Cars 2. This is race 2 of round 5 in the Clios at Imola. So we're getting ready for a start here. We've got TY on pole from Bidzster, Keith third, Stevie in fourth. As we get ready for a start here at Imola. Lights out and off we go. We both get a good start at the front. Keith gets a good start over Stevie as well. As we go down towards the first corner, then Neil and Blakeney 3 wide in the background. Blakeney already on the grass. As we go down towards the first corner, Bidzster trying to take the lead from TY. Into the first corner, the two leaders side by side. Bidzster on the inside, everyone else trying to get through the corner as well. There's Andrea further back as well. Meanwhile, TY and Bidzster still leaning on each other. Not leaving a quarter here down towards Villeneuve. Everyone else nicely through in the background. Bidzster versus TY then side by side into Villeneuve. And Bidzster's going to try and go around the outside of TY and he gets it done. Over the curb, gets the move done as we look at the pack. Bidzster defends the inside from TY. We've got Stevie going up the inside of Keith, or trying to. They've got Neil Farmack and Growley side by side. Growley up the inside curb. Neil's going to go wide here. Andrea Spapper further back as well. Sacker at the back. Meanwhile, Bidzster defends from TY into the next corner. There he is. Bidzster defends from TY. TY tries to do the cutback down the hill. TY does the cut back down the hill. The two leaders side by side. TY with a slight edge, but Bidzster's got the inside to the next corner. Bidzster will not give up. Up the inside we go, and then up the inside again. Not leave. Oh, bang again! Rubbing door handles. No love lost between these two. Keith and Stevie still together. Bidzster's behind TY now as we go down to the next corner. Bidzster having a little look behind TY. No way through. Look to the other battles further back. Let's have a look. We've got Callum further back trying to get past Blakeney with Spapper right behind him as well, so that could be a little scrap to watch out for as the two leaders come down to the last two corners. It's TY and Bidzster side by side. Bidzster's on the outside, TY on the inside. TY gets a good line through there. Bidzster has to wait. Keith doesn't get hit by Stevie this time and goes around that next corner. It's TY up on two wheels. Oh, loses the back end. Bidzster panics and he's lost speed. Keith and Stevie are going to go through now. So Keith and Stevie go through and they might even be able to challenge for the lead here. There's the side by side across the line. Keith and Stevie looking for the lead here. TY obviously a bad run onto the straight because of two wheels. Stevie on the outside of Keith and trying to go around the outside of TY, almost 3 wide into Tamburello. TY on the inside, Stevie looking for a way through. Keith bang hits the back end of him saying, come on sunshine, get on with it. Bidzster saying, I'm back bitches, watch out. As we go round the Tamburello. Oh wow, all got hectic there for a moment as we go down towards Villeneuve. That's only lap 1. Down towards Villeneuve. TY in the lead from Stevie. Bidzster right behind him. Keith in 4th. Andrea looking haunting in 5th place. As we go down to the next one. Stevie up the inside of Bidzster there. Oh, defending from Bidzster, should I say. As Andrea closes up to the back of Keith. Andrea on the back of Keith now, side by side up the hill. So Andrea looking to make up places here. Keith just gets the edge on traction out of the corner. So Keith now looking for, trying to defend from Andrea now. Defend the inside a little bit into the next corner. Good lines there. Andrea runs a bit wide. Good racing here so far. These Clios never failed to provide entertainment. TY into the bottom corner, then Bidzster sliding his way around behind Stevie. Up the hill we go. Oh, a bit of a compromise line there from them two, sliding it out sideways. As Andrea close behind Keith. I think that was Growley and Spapper going a bit wide in the background as well as we look down to the leaders then. Bidzster still looking for a way around Stevie and Andrea still looking for a way around Keith. Nothing happening yet as we look at Blakeney in 8th with Callum behind in 9th. Stacker's 10th. Neil Farmack's gone backwards there, so Neil Farmack's gone off somewhere. He's right behind Stacker. So he's making his way back through the field as well. TY then into the lead at the bottom. Bidzster up the inside. 2 wheels. Bang. Hits Stevie. And then backs off and lets him go before he gets a penalty. So lets Stevie go there. And just a bit ambitious up the inside. But holds on to it as Stevie then goes down the straight. Must have got a bit of a bad run onto the straight. Bidzster takes it back. Or does he? Because the side by side going down towards the next corner. TY with a 1.8 second lead over these boys. And Keith catching up now. Andrea wanting to get into the mix as well. Andrea wanting to get into the mix up the inside of Keith, but not. Bidzster around the outside of Stevie then keeps the position. Stevie tries to cut back and get a good line, but Bidzster gets a good line himself. Andrea right behind Keith now as well. Brilliant race in this. As we go down to the Villeneuve chicane. TY's already there. Bidzster's almost there. And Andrea looking to try and get past Keith in the purple and white car. As I think Bidzster went up on 2 wheels there. I think he lost a bit of time, but gets away with it just about, I think, as we go into the top section of the track. And further back we've got Callum trying to attack Blakeney, and Growly Bear's going back into the hands of these boys as well, so this could turn up to be a good scrap later on in the race. As the leading pack then, well, TY's ahead, but then Bidzster's had a penalty probably out the Tozer, so he's had to let Stevie go. He's had to give a place up, so unlucky there for Bidzster because of the track, probably because the track limit's on the way out the corner. So Bidzster goes back down to 3rd then as Keith trying to defend from Andrea up the hill. Stevie's lost it! Stevie's lost it by himself! Keith has got Andrea right behind him. There's Stevie rejoining, so Stevie lost the rear end of the car into that corner and loses 2 positions. So unlucky there for Stevie as Andrea having a little look at Keith there. But Stevie, more importantly, Stevie back down to 5th, unfortunately for him, but he's got the pace to try and get back. But Andrea's definitely got the pace, but unfortunately he's got a big purple blob in front of him that won't shift. His name is Keith, and Keith is one of the older guys in the group, and he's wily. And you don't get past Keith in your sleep. Keith runs a bit wide though, and trying to force the issue with a little tap to the inside door. He's saying, I'll shut that door for you, Keith. Yeah. But good run out of the corner for all 3. Stevie probably the best run out of the 2, and he's got a double toe as well, so that could make things interesting down towards Tamburello. Andrea goes to the outside, Keith goes to the inside, but Andrea's got a very nice overrun. He couldn't even get past before the corner, but Stevie's having a look at Andrea as well. This could end up being 3 wide and absolute chaos as we go down towards Tamburello. Andrea gets ahead, Keith goes back down to 4th with Stevie right behind him, trying to put his Renault badge into the back of Keith's Renault badge. So very close there indeed, as we've got Blakeney and Callum close behind as well. They're 3/10 apart behind, so that looks like a good race as well. But we'll look at Keith and Stevie then up front, 4th and 5th. Keith doing a very good job to hold his ground here. Good showing by Keith. There's Blakeney, Callum and Neil Farmack very close together as well. Where's Callum? There's the camera. There's Callum with the lights on the inside, up the inside of Blakeney, or defending from Neil, whichever one he's trying to do. Defends from Neil. Neil is Keith's teammate, so Keith really pulling out the big points here for his team. As we go up and over the top then, TY with a 2-second lead from Bidzster now. So Andrea has fallen back to 3rd position. Oh, Bidzster running a bit hot into there. That could be a track penalty as well. Andrea up the hill as Bidzster got a penalty. Has he got to slow down? No, I think he's okay. So Bidzster in 2nd place, Andrea in 3rd. Keith 4th with Stevie right behind him. Still the same order, but Stevie using the curbs a bit more, trying to get a bit more of an aggressive line out the corner to get the run, but can't quite do it. Meanwhile, Neil Farmack is ahead of Callum. Callum's gone backwards. Now it's Neil trying to attack Blakeney here in the Clio. Stacker's at the back, but he's not fully out of reach of the pack, so he's doing a good job here. Stacker still with some decent pace. And meanwhile, as Keith's still trying to keep Stevie back, tyre smoke everywhere. As you go out the last corner, both of them get a good run as well. So it's again going to be another close battle on the straight here as Blakeney tries to keep Neil Farmack back. Onto the straight, a little bit of a cut on the inside. That could be a track limits call. It depends what it could be. But we'll have to see as we go towards the line. Neil Farmack in the draft. Meanwhile, let's go back to Keith and Stevie. Keith up the inside. Stevie trying to go around the outside. He's ahead on track, but Keith's still got the inside. Oh, Stevie just about in front before the corner and holds the position. So 4th place for Stevie then. Keith back down to 5th. Let's have a look at Growly Bear. Then we've got Neil Farmack and Blakeney. Neil Farmack ahead of Blakeney now, so Neil Farmack up to 8th, Blakeney down to 9th. Callum still in 10th, and they're not far behind Growly, so that could be another battle to watch out for as Stevie and Keith very close together still. As Andrea starting to catch up to Bidzster as well. But nothing that any of these guys can do about TY in the Hamilton car. TY in the lead, lights ablaze, showing us all how it's done. There's Bidzster from Andrea. So Andrea catching up to Bidzster here as we go to the next corner. Bidzster kicking up the dirt. Into that corner, Bidzster nicely round there as he just almost goes wide. Andrea does the same. There's Keith in 5th, a very good showing here. As we got a bit of a battle back here. Blakeney is ahead of Neil again, so Blakeney goes ahead of Neil. Neil down to 9th, Callum right behind waiting to pounce. So again, all very close down here as well, down to the bottom of the hill. Down the bottom, Blakeney slides the car out, holds it this time. Good job, just about getting used to these cars now. And then after this race, we'll be jumped into the touring cars. So just as you get used to these cars, they'll be put in the touring cars and they'll have front wheel drive or rear drive, whatever they want, and about another 100 horsepower. So it'll be a lot more harder to control. As Blakeney makes a mistake. Speaking of hard to control, that Clio not looking easy to drive. As he makes a mistake, goes back down 2 places, 1 little error, and you lose 2 places. That's Clio Cup racing for you. It's such a shame that they're scrapping the Clio Cup after the end of 2019. It's really a shame because it is a fantastic series. But unfortunately, they've made things too in motorsport. They've made things too expensive with these expensive cars, paddle shift, gearboxes, all that kind of thing. It's all money, money, money. When before it used to be very simple. You could just get a road-going Renault Clio, strip it out, and build it to a form of blueprint regulation, and then just race. You know, you could sort of do Clio Cup racing on a maybe just under a 10 grand budget, whereas these cars are probably into a 30-40 grand budget. So it's almost triple the cost. So hopefully they'll be able to get a cap on money in racing, and it'll help people out and get some more teams racing. And Stevie goes right round the outside of Andrea there. So Stevie goes around the outside of Andrea, but then goes off onto the gravel. So he's put himself onto the gravel there. Where's Keith in all this? Come on, cameras. Keith's gone round him, so Stevie's throwing it away for himself. He's in the background. Growley goes right on 2 wheels as well. Wow, everyone really trying to, everyone wanting the drama card, wanting the medal for best dramatic performance, and at the minute it goes to Stevie and Growley with the two wheels. So, you know, as Neil goes to pass Growley, then he must have got a track limits going up the hill, and he's got to slow right down and give up the 2 places. So unlucky for Growley Bear, but that's the game doing the penalties. So you can't argue with me anymore for the penalties because the game does it. So if you've got a problem, right to Slap the Man Studios as Keith goes up on the curl. He's lost it. Keith loses the car. No! It was doing so well. Keith was doing so well. He's enjoying it. His teammate hits him. Oh, wow. That could have been a lot worse. But Keith goes right back down the order. 1 mistake and that's it. Your race is ruined. So let's have a look then. Stevie and Spapper then. Spapper's coming up from the back of the grid doing well. It's all changed now. So TY in the lead from Bidzster, Andrea in 3rd, Stevie 4th, Spapper 5th. Neil up to 6th place after almost taking out his teammate. Callum right behind him, and then we've got Keith just in front of Growley there. So let's have a look at Neil and Callum into the last few corners. Neil that nicely in there, Callum behind him. And look at Stevie and Spapper there, quite close as well. Meanwhile, TY 5.4 seconds ahead of Bidzster. On to his last lap of the race. Truly dominant fashion from TY here. As we expect when TY takes the lead of a race, he usually dominates. So well done to TY so far, because he's not quite there yet. As Bidzster trying to catch up in 2nd place. There's Andrea in 3rd trying to catch Bidzster. There's Stevie and Spapper having a nice little battle for 4th place. Again, 1 more mistake from Stevie and Spapper will be right in there. Meanwhile, there's Neil Farmack and Callum in 6th and 7th places. They're doing well also. Nice little battle back here as well as Callum looks to get a good line out the corner towards Villeneuve. Will he get the move done? He's right behind him. Moving left, moving right. Neil has to defend the inside. Callum on the outside. Neil's still slightly ahead though. Into the Villeneuve chicane. Got to get the braking right. Don't want to make a mistake now, or you've had it. As we go into the hairpin at the bottom. Still very close as we've got Spapper and Stevie going up the hill side by side. Meanwhile in the background Neil goes a bit wide. Callum gets behind him and hopefully he's not got a track limit penalty, but I don't think he has. Meanwhile Stevie's still ahead of Spapper in 4th, but it's very close. 1 mistake could change all the outcome of the race. From 4th downwards, that is. As we go into the corners at the bottom of the hill, sliding the car into the apex, slow it down while braking. In a front wheel drive car that is hell, because all the steering and the power and the braking's all on the front end and the rear end is just there, light, dancing around. Not able to do much. As we go into the chicane for the last time then, Stevie from Spapper. Spapper has a little look but can't quite do it. Hops right over the curbs. Gets a good run out the corner for the down the hill though. So looks good down the hill as we look at Keith and Growley Bear. There he is, Keith and Growley Bear. Growley Bear right behind him, and Stevie trying to catch Spapper's last chance to get past Stevie here into the last few corners. Stevie makes a little error there, but gets away with it. Luckily, just about gets away with it. Spapper Spapper tried to go for a good line out of there, but it's going to have track limits. Meanwhile, TY takes victory, runs sideways and into the wall, trying to celebrate. So TY crashes at the best moment after he's crossed the line. TY wins, Bidzster second, Andrea in third. Stevie's going to finish fourth from Spapper. So Stevie fourth, Spapper fifth. Neil Farmack's going to finish in sixth place from Callum. Good race there between them two. Well done to them. Keith in 8th place from Growly Bear, just about on the line, very close. And then it's going to be Blakeney in 10th, so not a bad race from Blakeney, but could have been a lot better. And then Stacker, a very unlucky 11th place. So we'll just get those results confirmed for you now, guys. Okay, guys, here's the results from that end. So TY takes victory. Well done to TY, a long overdue win there. And then it's Bidzster in 2nd place. Then it's Andrea in 3rd. 4th is Spapper, and then as we go over the page, 5th is Stevie, then it's Neil in 6th, 7th for Callum, 8th is Keith, and then it's Growly in 9th, Blakeney 10th, and Stacker finishes off in 11th. So as we come back from that then, there's your winner, TY, in that monster car there at the front of that queue. There's TY. So we'll see you guys for race 3 in the touring cars. Take care, guys.